and welcome to the back of the grid. Welcome to the show. We're on Forza Motorsport. Oh, this is not what I needed. We're on Forza Motorsport for some racing. For this session, we're driving some B-Class front-wheel drive vehicles. With the rule that none of them can be on the race tyres. And what I have done is trying to make my vehicle handle like it's on race tyres. I've gone for a Veloster. I have got the wide body kit on it, so I've got 295 sport tyres. It has astonishing levels of grip, and I mean astonishing levels of grip. Downside is I have absolutely no straight line speed. It's got so much grip in this field. Oh dear. There is some sandcastles being built by an unfortunate, I think that was an unfortunate brazen through there. Trev's car is going to have even more grip than mine, because in my desperate attempt to try and get a little bit of top speed out of it, I opted for no wing on the back. Oh, that was a twitchy focus in the middle of the track. So yeah, we've gone for some little bit of straight line speed. Should be quite an interesting race though. So the reason why we restrict the tyres, make the cars run on sports or force no race tyres is in Forza, it's just the go-to. You just put, whoa, that was a tag on the back of the Clio that upset it. It wasn't a particularly big tag, but it was certainly enough to split that car off. But yeah, you run the things on. Basically, you run the things on slicks. Their slicks are just so PI effective. There is absolutely no reason not to, even in the lower classes pretty much. There may be some specialist stuff like Daytona or Le Mans where you wouldn't, but most tracks. So by doing this, it forces you to build cars a little bit differently. Now, this is, I mean, you can see everything has absolutely run away from me, but down the straight, and this is the usual fail race way, only this time I am so vastly superior in the corners. We can maybe think about going around the outside of, well, we'll go around the outside of the Mini. Unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a tag through there. I was hoping we could get the Civic as well, which we might have been able to do had we not got caught up. We've been a little bit fast and loose with the track limits on the first lap. But you can see through the back chicane there, the commitment, admittedly they are all fighting ahead of us here, the commitment we can do. I have got very, very good brakes in this car as well. Whoa! I'm going to go now duck underneath that. Might even get the next two on the run here and the exit. We are going to go maybe around the outside of a Ninetails. Ninetails just simply cannot get turned there. We might be able to actually run around the outside here at Ninetails. It'll put us on the inside into the fiddly part of this. This is still the old Catalonia layout. We're up into 11th. We're going to get to the back of the Civic. Now, I'm not going to pass it through here. Even if I get to the inside, it would be academic at this point. We're just going to sit behind. We know they're going to run away. We know they've got the speed on me down here. They can't outbrake me into turn one. And nothing behind is going to outbrake us into turn one. And we are going to be... I mean, we're almost immediately back on the tail of the Honda through this first corner. Now, I'm not going to get past here, I don't think. Not on these cars. They're quick enough that I can't just breeze past. Where I'm going to be really where I'm going to be really strong is actually a difficult place for me. Well, here, for example, I've got so much pace, but I've got nowhere to use it. We're going to pass the Civic here. It's off. Thank you. That made my life a lot easier. I was worried about how we were going to find our way past that, but that has made my life considerably easier. We might even get the FTO on the exit. We've got the momentum to do this. Can I sweep around the outside of Aaron? Possibly. Oh, it wants to straighten up. It's not going to matter, I don't think. We're going to try do the same thing. Oh, well, Aaron was across the car and turned in a little bit too soon there. But we will be across the curbs through the final sector. We are up into a 9th place. We should be flat through that final corner. Say nothing else. I'm sure there might be a couple of cars in here that can do that. Very little is able to do that through the final corner. Now, do we have to try and defend from Aaron into turn one? This is the question. I don't think they can brake as late as I can anyway, even if they were close enough. Now, I'm going for a bit of a later apex here. We might as well go for it. Can I find a way past? I mean, as we're going up through the field, every car we get to now is harder and harder to overtake. We are going to have to look for a way past Gliska. I think where we're going to find a way past cars is this chicane. Grumples is out wide. Is a little bit careful. If we can get a great run on the exit here, we could potentially fire it down the inside at the chicane, at the hairpin, sorry. Gliska's going to cover the inside. Kind of prepared for that one. We can either look to the outside here, or we can look to the inside. Not quite going to cut it. We could look to the outside around this one, where we've done to very, very good effect so far. We've got so much pace through there, but not quite enough right now. We're putting Gliska under a lot of pressure. We can look to the outside, into the chicane. Not going to do it. I mean, we're very, very close. All we've done there is compromise both of our lines. It may have to be a big dive somewhere. Again, we're looking and looking and looking, but it's not going to happen this lap around. Could we have a huge dive in turn 1? I mean, it's very tempting, I'll tell you that much. It's tempting, but we're going to be too far back. It might have to be a huge dive. See, I can actually brake a lot later than that. I'm just playing it a little bit safe, because I don't want to end up in the back of Gliska's car, where we're getting good run. We got great runs. Oh, Gliska put a wheel on the sand. That's going to make them slow on the exit. Now I am happy to stick this around the outside. It's dicey. It's dicey through there. It's very dicey through that bit. We are going to be all out of shape on the exit, though. This is going to fight back past here. Now, if we can get around this hairpin with enough speed, we're going to really struggle. The FTO's just got enough for us that should probably give that, because we were on the grass. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, Mitsubishi. We're starting to get caught by an Alfa Romeo. Where can I send? Oh, send a Hyundai. No, not down there, we can't. We might be able to send it to the inside at the final corner. Now, it's an awkward line. The thing is, this is not so much about passing Gliska. Like, we know they're always going to run away down here. This is about, can I compromise them enough that we have a big dive into turn 1? Grumples is going to have a look. I mean, we can outbrake Grumples. Whoa, we will do it. We've got to pass Gliska at this point. It's getting to the point where we are losing so much lap time. We are going to have to find a way past somewhere. We're just going to have to launch it in a corner. I think I know where we're going to have to launch it. We're going to have to launch it into this hairpin. Oh god, they're so slow through there in comparison to what my car is capable of doing, basically. We're not close enough. We're not close enough to have a go at getting past Gliska. And now Hordes is going to slow us down because we're going to be stuck fighting. Yeah, this is the problem with the Veloster. Over the course of a lap, the lap time this car is capable of is astonishing. The problem is, if you get stuck in traffic, you get stuck in traffic. We are going to send it now. No, we're going to end up leaning on Gliska a little bit through there. It's not going to matter. Like, we're going to pass through this section. Oh, we're going to bounce a curb. And even if we can hold it on the outside, which we can do here, everything is going to go flying back past into turn 1, no matter how brave and banzai we are on the brakes, which we will be, which we absolutely are going to have to be. Are we going to be close enough here to do this dive bomb? Oh, it's going to get stopped. We are going to get it stopped. Gliska's going to look underneath. It's not going to matter, I don't think, because I think we've got the pace on the exit to get back past. Come on, Hyundai. Hordes has bought into that one as well as we all crossed over. Hordes is going to look to the inside. Yeah, you ain't going to do that. You're never going to be able to get that pass to work on us. Right, through the chicane, I can actually attack the chicane with the right amount of speed that the Veloster can do. We may be in trouble from the dodge in this, depending on... no, it's the final lap of the race. Oh, we're going to have a mega final section. I mean, the good news for us here is that, well, at least the final couple of corners are very, very technical, which does go in our favour. There's going to be a look, but there's never really going to be much of a passing opportunity through there. I was going to kind of back it up at that point. We're going to kind of hold and we should be able to be flat through the final corner. We got stuck behind an FTO for a while, and yeah, the braking on the Veloster is just astonishing. Yeah, it's always the fear. It's always the fear. I mean, the lap time are capable of a lot faster than that with the vehicle. But yeah, if you get stuck in traffic, it's very, very difficult to do all that much with. But from up 17 places from the back of the grid, I will take that. God, that was hard work. It's a brilliant car. I've had quick Velosters in the past. I like this one very, very much. There was a limit. There was a limit to, I think, what we could do. However, a good race indeed. Well, this is a much nicer spot on the grid. I'll take this. We go from the very back to it's actually pole position. Fantastic. Okay, Veloster. Here we go. Let's see what you can do. I mean, the big tyres do get us off the line very, very nicely. We are at a rather soaking Silverstone. The good news for me is the rain might actually help me a little bit. So we know we're going to be garbage down the straight. There's nothing I can do about that with the way this car is set up. We will be monumentally quick through these corners. And by starting on pole, we can hopefully get out of trouble. I mean, honestly, if we can build a gap at this point here, that would be very, very helpful. Just build as much of a lead as we can on this opening section. So the rain might help me. The reason being is I know my car's going to struggle down this straight and on any of the straights. But with the rain, because my tyres are so immense, we might be able to make up even more time in the corners than we would have done previously. So maybe we can make it work. Come on, Veloster, find some grip. We got Shadow with a Clio behind us. I did see Ollie has that faithful Peugeot, which I don't know whether I should be worried about. It's got a lot more speed in a straight line, everything does, than me. We know it's going to be a monster. I've been a little bit cautious on this first lap, which, I mean, it's good for not making mistakes. We should be flat around this final corner. We are. I would like my tyres to get up to some sort of temperature before we have to start dealing with the hordes of cars that will be heading towards us. How quick through turn one? About that fast? Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more to give in the Veloster. Now, it's, I say, a slightly unfortunate for me. We've already got very quick cars lining up behind us. I was hoping they were going to be stuck in traffic for a little bit longer. I could use that time to build a margin. I don't really want Shadow's Clio right behind us if I can help it, and we've had a bad first sector, which is not good. We don't need that. The Clio is close, and it is closing in on us. It's not, I mean, it is quicker than us down straight, but it's not ridiculously faster than us. That may help my case here. If it's not too fast, we can potentially defend if we need to down the end of the straights. Hopefully we can be good through there. No, it's still closing. That's going to be a problem. We're going to have to be defensive already. I think I need to be, well, I need to be braver, but I need to be braver in the right places with the Veloster. It's into this final section we go. Just keep it pinned all the way around it. We can attack the curb. The car will be fine with that. And we are, the Clio is not close enough to be having a look. Ollie's up to third with that Peugeot. Now, I know that thing is a monster down the straights. Oh, that was a little too late on turn-in. Oh, we're overdriving the car. Although, by the looks of it, Shadow didn't have a great run through the first part either. But, yeah, a little bit. I think I'm trying to push it a little too hard. We need to get into a rhythm and not make silly errors. Come on, Hyundai, be quick through there. It will be. Gets a little bit of on-power understeer. When we get it right, we have got immense grip and immense speed. It's just getting it, I say it's getting it right. It's getting into that rhythm. Some tracks I can. This track, we've just not quite found it yet. We've not quite got the feel for it. Whoa, we are a little bit wider there than I would have liked to be. I can see the proximity arrow of that Renault around and about. It's looking, but it's not quite close enough to have a dive anywhere. And as I said, we know the brakes on the Veloster are incredibly powerful, and that will, of course, translate into the rain. We have got on the power through here. The suspension is good enough that we can attack the curb and all is fine. Yeah, so we can hold off in some important places. I'm trying a slightly better approach, hopefully, through turn 1. And that is not too shabby through there whatsoever. That is just generally better for the Veloster. Let's just keep it neat and tidy through this section now. I mean, Shadow is right there. Could be a difficult one at the end of the straight. I'm a little bit concerned. Down here, they're closer than they were last lap around. Not by much. I mean, we're only talking tenths here. We're only talking a couple of tenths here and there. Of course, Shadow is in the slipstream now as we head towards the end of the straight. We will send Shadow the long way round. There's not really going to be a gap to get underneath there. Well, that's going to be the goal, is just to minimise any options. Thing is, we are going to have, if we fight too hard, we are going to have a Peugeot close in. Now, I see I'd rather run a little bit deep there, because I don't think you're going to be able to fight. You're not going to find a way past through here. So it's kind of just defending for the next corner. And if we fight too much, the Peugeot will have us both, because that thing is quicker than both of us down a straight. Shadow's not going to look into turn 1. It's too difficult to get a pass on the way into turn 1. You might get a pass on the exit, but you're generally kind of safe. The car's not going to look for a way past here. Could be a dive bomb spot. I'm still not completely sold on this car at this track. But Shadow's gained some time through there, and I got a bit too much understeer that time getting on the power. We are going to have to get defensive. There is no two ways about it. Shadow is going to run down the straight. Now, we can fire it in under braking. Shadow's going to want to cover that inside. Now Shadow's going to have to go defensive into these corners and start thinking about where is the Veloster going to turn up. We've got low to mid-corner speed there. Some of our straight-line speed issues will go away a little bit with some slipstream. The hope is that Shadow's lap time is now going to be nerfed a little bit by their defending. Problem is, if it's nerfed too much, Ollie's just going to outrun us both down the straight. We'll a little bit of wheel spin through there. Just set the car a little bit wide. Okay, Ollie's not close enough to have a look just yet. I haven't quite got an answer for the Clio. Although I do have a habit of once I'm behind a car, I actually do better. God, you can see the pace I got through there. I'm surprised Shadow didn't want to defend the inside, because it is tempting as anything to just send the Veloster down there. We're going to look to the outside of that Clio. Not going to go around the outside here. What we're going to do is try and get underneath it for the exit, which we do. We compromise Shadow on that exit, but it's not enough. Get back in the draft. Come on. Come on, tow us along, Clio. Tow us along. Shadow knows there's a vulnerability here. We're both aware of the vulnerability of an Ollie powering towards us in that Peugeot. Now, what will that Peugeot do? It's not quite close enough. We're well off that corner. The Peugeot is right there. Shadow's going to have to defend, I think, because we're going to want to have a go into the final corners. Oh, we got it stopped, but only just. Shadow's going to go the long way around. Ollie's going to do the Hamilton manoeuvre. Not quite, because the Peugeot won't get off the corner well enough. We've got a lot of understeer through there. Shadow got stuck on the outside. We have sensed it. We had to do that. I think if we didn't, I think Ollie might get me anyway at this point. I think I got turn 1 a bit wrong as well. I think that Peugeot has so much straight line speed. I don't know if it matters what we do down here, but the best chance we've got is if we can get off this section well. And I don't think it's going to matter. Ollie's so close behind with that Peugeot. We're going to be in trouble at the end of the straight. It's whether we have the brakes to do this. It might have to be another commitment dive on the Peugeot somewhere. Whoa, get slowed down here. Can we get alongside? No, not quite. We're going to have to send it. I mean, we've got to try, right? This is the best shot we have at doing this. Ollie's going to go defensive. We are going to try go around the outside. Now it will be on the inside for the next part. Oh, come on, Hyundai. Get some traction. Use those huge tyres. We will launch it over the curb because I know my car is capable of doing it. It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going to squeeze only as much as possible. Make it difficult. Oh, we held on to the lead. We held 3. Bloody hell, that was hard work. That was hard work. I mean, look, we got the spot on the grid. We wanted the spot on the grid, on pole. We made the most of it. That was tough, though. Christ. Quick. Veloster was quick there. Was definitely not the... I don't think it was the track for my car. But we made the very, very most that we could out of that one. Jeez, that is a close finish. That is a close finish indeed. Bloody hell. The Veloster got a victory. I am definitely happy with that one. Even if it did rely on some late braking. We head to Homestead for our final race. Ooh, it's a long way back on the grid again. For no, I take it back. It is exactly mid of the grid. I didn't see that many cars behind me when the camera was loading in. Let's see what's going to happen here. I'm not holding... Well, I don't know. I like the track. There's going to be half of the track I'm very fast at. There's going to be half the track I'm very not fast at. It might work in our favour. It might not. I don't know where I want to be, but I don't think I want to be stuck out there behind that Alfa Romeo that was not quite as quick as some of the other ones. Yeah, we should have gone. We shouldn't have gone behind the Alfa through there, and now we are going to be slow because we found a straight. And we can't even dive bomb anybody because there's too many cars. Thankfully, there's a little gap back to the group behind. God, it's so busy through here, and everyone is so slow in the corners. Don't mind me. The little Hyundai of grip is coming through. We'll go back onto our line. Yes, Stevie, push! Push! Bump draft! Thank you. It is much appreciated. Into the hair we go. The Ford's not bad under brakes. On this wide line, I'm just kind of taking it a little bit easy on this first lap. I don't think this is really going to be the track for me. I think we're going to be too slow down the straights and get stuck in too much traffic. If we started on pole, we could have maybe done a little bit what we did at Silverstone. Christ. Hello, Puma. Oh, God, don't know where to set it. Sorry, Stevie. I actually pinned Stevie a little bit too much to the inside there. A lot more than I intended to. I was just kind of following their turning point, and Stevie realised too late they were going across the track, and they were not going to be able to bail out of that one. Right. What can we do in traffic? Unlike Catalonia, where there's a good few places for us to be, overtaking cars, here's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. We're going to go around the outside of the Puma, I hope. We go around the outside of it here. That would be... see, I think we can keep our car there. It'll be the inside for the next corner, which will work nicely for us. It just won't matter because we're going to go down a straight here, and there's going to be too many cars to do any heroics under brakes. What is Impega going to do? We'll send Impega to the outside. Yeah, I can't really see, like, for example there, if I want to dive on the Puma, I'm going to end up in the back of the Megane, or the side of the Megane, to be precise with you. We actually needed a little bit more spread out. Problem is, how many places are we going to lose before it gets spread out, before we can really go on the full attack forward, like on Impega, for example. Thought about it. Should have done it, because Impega's actually gone quite deep under brakes anyway. Once again, we hold Impega out wide, but it is not quite enough. We are probably going out towards the section of the track, though, where we are fastest. We will be very quick, in theory, through here. I don't know whether we're quite going to be able to do that flat. Not at that angle. We are not going to be able to do that flat. At a better angle, possibly. Left a little bit too late to turn in there. Right. I'm going to try and follow Impega through if we can. Because the thing is, if we get held for too long, Stevie's going to catch. That Ford isn't slow. We are almost side by side with Megane. I mean, we know what we're doing into, I guess, technically turn 2 here. Whoa, I locked the brakes. Oh, that is a little bit of a rude pass. Ruder than I intended, but I got on the brakes and it was locking, and it was close. There was just space for a Renault to survive on the outside there, but only just. It was a bit ruder than I would have intended at that point. There is some trading of paint up ahead between, I don't even know what, I think it was the Neon and a Civic, and there's a Clio in the mix. The pack is very condensed still here, actually. I mean, with 3 laps in, I've had a poor start, and we're still only 5 seconds away from the leader. It's Chris in a Celica. The Celica's very good. The Celica's very, very strong in this game, as it always has been. It definitely was in Horizon as well. Hordes and Heiko are having trouble in the traffic with their speedy cars. We are, once again, left for dead as soon as we get in an acceleration zone. Now, if I can get this corner right up here, this time around, that would be really helpful. Can I be flat? I think I can, you know. I think we genuinely can be flat through there. If I'm a little braver and get it all set up right. Problem is, if I get it set up right, go! I didn't really want to hit the back of the Puma, but I had so much momentum. Just like, I'm imparting it to the Ford. We'll try and get it out of the corner. God, the pack's getting closer. This is surely going to end in a disaster at some point. I mean, they all run away because we go down a straight, and then I can close up through here. This is actually one of the most ridiculous groups of cars I've ever seen in versus the community. And bear in mind here, there is a whole host of completely different vehicles. You know, we've got Veloster, Puma, Clios, there's a Neon in here, there's a Dart, there's a Civic, and Stevie's coming to join. I think there's a Golf behind, there's actually not that far away from joining this absolutely mad train of cars. It's really difficult. It's going to be really difficult for me to do much here because we are so reliant on our corner speed. Although we are a little bit... Well, we might have found a car that we're almost faster than in a straight line. Well, hey, that's good news. I will take that. Whoa, it's getting busy up at the hairpin. We're going to sneak past the Clio. Oh, we knew it was going to go in tears at some point. Oh, that's fine. I don't know if we straightened up Hordes. Stevie's going to make the most of that opportunity and sneak past. Yeah, I was hoping Hordes was going to stay lower on that one. Whoa, wheel on the grass isn't great. We gave Stevie a hurry-up bump through there. Yeah, wheel on the grass does not do any good for your stopping capabilities. We're again pushing a Ford through a corner. Let's go. We have not got... Oh, it's not a Golf, it's a Shelby. We've got the little Omni has come to play. That thing will be monstrously fast accelerating, I would imagine. Generally quite sketchy to drive. I know, I have one. I have a C-Class one. Very fun, but overall very, very sketchy. Brazen is leading this little group with their Civic. There are 2 EK9s in the middle of this. Chris has just built the gap a little bit. This mid-pack is just so hectic at the moment. That is a real problem. Do we try and send it on Steve? I don't think we've got good enough brakes to go for that against the Focus at the moment. The Civic and Dart were getting connected through here. We have got a good run. There's a Civic on the outside. It's 3 wide down here. I mean, I want to try and make it 4 wide, to be honest with you. We may make it 3 wide under braking because we have got the braking performance to do that. We're going to sneak up the inside of Stevie. That was a very opportunistic manoeuvre. I will take it, though. Stevie's going to outrun us, though, and this is the problem now. Stevie outruns us. The Civic outruns us. It's going to be an awkward amount of cars towards this part of the circuit, where the part of the circuit where I am very, very fast is an awkward number of cars to be trying to fit through. We've all got through it. Unfortunately for me, the Civic's all out of place, so it's going to be slow, and, well, I can't just drive through it. We are trying to get to the inside. I mean, Chris is now starting to pull away. And honestly, what we could do in terms of pace is difficult to know, because there's so many cars together here that I don't actually know. We can run in here so quickly, but we are going to get stuck on the outside of the 2 EK9s. They're going to fight. We're duck underneath. I'll take both of you in that one then. I was looking to try go around the outside of them, but then they started fighting each other, and an opportunity arose where I could be sneaky. Now, I may have to defend down here. I mean, I don't know whether I'm going to get much of a chance. No, actually, they'll be close enough. Not going to be close enough to actually have a look, and Heiko's gone very deep on their own, trying to catch Impega. Kind of ruined my exit to that corner, but, you know, it's fair enough. we will hopefully get some slipstream. And again, we're going to need it to defend from a Civic. We'll send you once more the long way round. You can look for that one. The issue is we can get off here nicely. This next corner is the real potential problem. I don't want to be going side by side because this is where all my lap speed is coming from. And yeah, if I have got someone alongside, Rusky's not holding that. Rusky's definitely not keeping that on the circuit. I could tell with the amount of speed I was getting through that corner, there was no way the Civic was going to hold that on the outside line. Right, one more lap to go. Could we sneak our way into 7th? I don't know. It's been a mad race. It's calmed down a little bit as the race has gone on. I'm glad to be out of the pack a smidge. We can actually slightly see what the Hyundai is capable of. I honestly feel like this car is capable of more. I feel like I haven't quite extracted the most out of it around this track. But we've had it's been an entertaining race. That is for sure. Can we do anything about the Ford? It's going to come down to the final. It's going to come down to that fast left off the banking. If Heiko makes a mistake, there is a chance for us. But it's only going to be a small one. It would have to be one hell of a manoeuvre. It'd have to be perfectly timed. But we can see what's possible here. Chris is leading the way with that Celica. It's certainly close still up at the front. I think what I'm doing is I'm not being brave enough under brakes. As I've said, I have been saying this car is phenomenal under brakes, and when I'm that little bit further back, I'm just not quite sure, and I'm being a little bit cowardly, just to make sure I don't make a silly error. Right, I mean, these power cars have got well out of the way. Oh, wanted to take it flat, couldn't do it. Oh, well, we put a wheel on the grass, and how we got through that corner, I do not know. We made it work. Heiko has gone wide. It's going to be a drag race to the line, but the Puma's got too much pace for us. If I hadn't clipped the grass, maybe we could have done that with Heiko having made a mistake. But, I mean, the lap time. Brazen was the quickest up there with a 30.6. We weren't bad. We weren't far off the Celicas, the FTOs. Dangerman's Astra got up into 4th. You know, we were very much on pace. There's a lot of cars doing a very similar lap time through there. We spent a lot of our race battling with Steve. We managed to make the most of the Civics sort of tangled and fought each other. We were sneaky and got away from that. Yeah, I think a low 31 is possible with that car. I think 30.6 may be a little bit too fast for me. But a low 31, if I could get it all clear, if I get it clean, could get it all together, get it all sorted. I like that Veloster. I really like that Veloster. It's such a nice car. For a non-race tyre car, that handles so damn well. Really very, very good. I always knew it was likely to be good. It does struggle down the straight, but yeah, made up for it in the corners. A lot of fun. And there we go. There we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the versus the community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.